Something really special about this journal prompt workshop is that it's going to provide an opportunity for a new perspective. Some people might view the Bible in a way of like, oh, that's what happened back in the old days. But I'm here to tell you the truth that those same principles are applicable to your life today. And let me give you an example. Okay, so one of the patterns that we see repeat very often in the Bible is opposition. Okay, so anytime God calls one of us out, let's say I'll share the example of when God called the people that were being held captive in Babylon, he called them back home to start rebuilding the temple. And we actually learn about this story a lot throughout the Old Testament. I mean, we are familiar with Nehemiah. We're familiar with Ezekiel being one of the prophets, Haggai, Zechariah being one of the prophets. We are familiar with Jeremiah and all the lamentations. I mean, at the time when people were being held captive in Babylon. But the time when God raised up King Cyrus to provide what the Israelites would need to bring them back to their homeland so they can start rebuilding the temple, I'll tell you, opposition came. And I'll tell you what they did. People would write letters to all these kings that reigned after King Cyrus, because King Cyrus isn't king forever, just like our presidents aren't presidents forever. The people that come after them, they change things. And one of the kings that reigned after King Cyrus was receiving all these letters about, hey, don't you know what they're doing there in Jerusalem? If they were to rebuild those walls and lay that foundation, then they're going to succeed over you. Then you're not going to have any power. You're not going to have any control over the land, and all the money is going to go to them, because they will make us pay tolls to go through their city and so forth, just installing fear into this king. And so he pulled the records and read the scrolls and understood that the city of Jerusalem at one time was thriving and flourishing. And he's like, oh, we can't let this happen again. And so what he did was he seized the building in Jerusalem. He made it stop. And so let's talk about King Darius. And we hear a lot about King Darius in the time of Daniel. Okay, do you remember when the three men were so jealous of Daniel and they tricked the King Darius into creating a decree saying that if you were to bow down and pray to any other god besides me, then you would be thrown into the lion's den? Okay, so there's that pattern again. We see where people rise up in opposition of the good that's going on. And then they install fear into the person of power. And they're like, look, if this continues to happen, they're going to overpower you. You're not going to reign as king anymore. And so what I love about the King Darius one, though, is that when Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, he was saved. And you know why? It's because of his faith in the living God and the true living God. And I'm here to share with you that in this journal prompt workshop, we are going to reveal these patterns, same patterns that are applied in our modern day lives. These kinds of things are still happening today to people who God calls out to rise up and to bring goodness into the world. I mean, we just know about the things that happen, the evil things that happen to people whenever they want to just shut their mouth. So I'm here to help teach people about those patterns that we can learn from the Bible and how that's applied to our lives today, and how, one, we can be warned, two, we can start applying the principles to our own life, the things that God teaches us on how to fight back these tactics of the enemy, and three, it's about community, it's about support, it's about fellowship, but more than that, just being in God's word alone on a daily basis will bring transformation to your life. But I also love teaching about this kind of stuff because it's just kind of so hard to get there when you first start. Anyway, thanks for listening.